Hello students, good morning, good afternoon and good evening. See, this standard 12 subject statistics part 1 chapter 4 linear time series, and this is our lecture number 2. See, in our last lecture we will discuss about the theory portion, that is section A, B, C up to page number 162. Methods, first method of determining trend. First method is graphical method, and merits and limitations of graphical method we will see that. Now I told you in my last lecture that practical questions, that is graph, we will discuss in our regular lecture, because chapter number 2, 3 and 4 all has graphical method and the common graphical method. That's why we will discuss common in our regular lecture. So first of all, we skip illustration number 1 and illustration number 2 on page number 162 and 163, and also we'll skip exercise 4.1 here, because all the sums of exercise 4.1 is for graphical method. Okay, so now move forward to the method number 2, that is method of least square. See, I told you in my last lecture again that method of least square is also common in chapter number 3 and chapter number 4. That's why the formula for that is also common. Y cap is equal to A plus BT. In chapter number 3 it is Y cap is equal to A plus BX. There in chapter number 3 there are two variables x and y. X is independent and y is dependent. Here only one variable time, that is independent, and y is dependent, right? So here the formula is again common. Y cap is equal to A plus BT, where there are 3 or 4 or 5 methods in chapter number 3 for BYX, that is for B. There are many methods, that is 3, 4, 5 methods in chapter number 3 for B, because X is changing there. Here T is fixed. X variable is changed in chapter number 3. Units change, numbers change, all are changing. That's why there are 4 to 5 methods for B in chapter number 3. But here T is fixed. That's why the method is also 1, that is B is equal to n sigma yt minus sigma t into sigma y upon n sigma t square minus sigma t whole square. It is just like method number 2, that is direct method of chapter number 3, where it is sigma n sigma xy minus sigma x sigma y upon n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square. Just like that, here on the basis of the x we are taking here t. Just the difference is there. We are taking t in another column of x. Okay. Now a. What is a is equal to? A is equal to y bar minus t bar. Right? Okay. It is common. Now we will discuss about the theory portion again for the method of least square. That is merits and limitations. See here the merits on page number 165. See the merits. This is the absolutely mathematical, and hence the future estimate do not change subjectively with the person. See here the limitations of graphical method is the merits of here least square method. See, in the limitations of graphical method, mathematics is important. Here again this method is absolutely mathematical. So we will discuss about regular exact value of the trend or exact value of estimated variable, right? That's why it is said that this method is absolutely mathematical, and hence the future estimates do not change subjectively with the person. Limitations in graphical method is that if the person is drawing a graph like this, or one person is drawing a graph like this, then the answer or decision will be changed. But here in the mathematical method, here in the least square method, all the persons take one formula only, and that's why the answer is common, right? That's why it is a absolute method. Second one, the trend estimates can be obtained by this method for each of the given values of t. We will find out the trend again, exact or finally common. Third one, the trend estimates can also be obtained for intermediate periods as the trend values are obtained using an equation. See, on the basis of graphical method, we will get the final value of end value, but here we can find out intermediate value on the basis of this equation. That's why if we want, see, 90-80, 90-90, 2000, 2010, 2020. If we are using graphical method, we'll get these on the basis of these and these, right? But if we are using this method, least square method, and we have only these two data, we can find out this and this also. That means this is the intermediate values, and we will find out on the basis of this equation the intermediate value of the trend, right? For example, the trend estimates for the period in the center of the second and third year. See, here we can find out the value of not these but these also, and these also. That means what? If we want to find out 1995's data, see, in trend, 10 years is the basic, right? So in the graphical method, we will find out the values of 10 years interval, but we can use 1995 2005's value by using this least square method. That is the main merits. Okay, now what is the limitations? This method requires extensive calculation to find out the trend. See, if the mathematics is not correct or is not powerful, then we cannot find out the values on the basis of this method. So method required extensive calculation. And the second one, the reliability of the estimates value obtained by this method is less if an appropriate type of trend curve and its suitable equation is not fitted. If we are not finding out the exact equation on the basis of this data, then we cannot find out the exact trend, we cannot find out the main value of the variable, and on the basis of that we cannot take the required decisions. Okay, so this is the limitations, this is the merits. Okay, now we will move forward the main 3 marks or 5 marks questions, that is our practical questions. Now theory is over, so we will discuss now practical questions. Now move forward to illustration number 3. Read the question first. The profit earned in lakh rupees by the company making computers is as follows. Find the linear equations for the trend from this data by least square method and estimate the profit for the year 2017. See, the data is given for 1 year interval. One, that is 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014 and 2015. Now profit in lakh rupees 31, 35, 39, 41 and 44. It is Y. Here only one variable is always given, because in chapter number 4 time is always fixed. See, in chapter number 4 the independent variable time is always fixed. That's why it is not given, only the another, that is dependent variable Y is given. So the difference between chapter number 3 and chapter number 4, two datas X and Y, two variables is given in chapter number 3 and only one variable, that is Y, is given in chapter number 4. And year is given, and on the basis of this year we have to first make the column of time, that is called T column. It is always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, here the difference between two here is only 1. But in the data, if the difference is 5 years, 10 years, but the difference is always common. Difference is for data is given for 2010, 2020, 30, 40, 50. If it is given like that, on the other hand, we have to take time is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and whatever data is given, we have to increase this, right? So we are taking time first of all, that is t is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Already given variable, that is y, 31, 35, 39, 41 and 44. Now, first of all, total, that is sigma y and sigma t. Sigma y is 190. Sigma t is equal to what? That is 15. So, first of all, we have to find out y bar and t bar. See, in the chapter number 3, we are finding out x bar and y bar because we want to know which method we have to use. Here it is used in this formula. That's why we are finding out y bar and t bar, because the method is only one. If we have to find out the calculation method, that is method of least square, then we have only one formula for b, that is n sigma ty minus sigma t sigma y upon n sigma t square minus sigma t whole square. That's why only for one method we have to make equal columns in this. First of all, yt is given, then multiplication of that to yt, and then only t square. Multiplication 31 into 1, $70, then 117, 164 and 220. So sigma ty is equal to 602 and t square. Here t square, 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 9, 16, 25. Sigma t square is equal to 55. Okay, now all the column is completed. Now first of all we have to find out y bar sigma y upon n and t bar, that is sigma t upon n. What is y bar? 190 upon 5, 38, 15 upon 5, that is 3. Y bar is equal to 38, t bar is equal to 3. See, it is always an integer or in fraction. We don't have any hesitate because we have only one formula, right? So we'll put all the values in this formula. So first of all, we are taking that y cap is equal to a plus b t, right? Okay. Now what is the formula for b? N sigma ty minus sigma t sigma y and sigma t square minus sigma t all square, right? So here what is your n? 5. Sigma ty, it is 602 minus sigma t, that is 15. See the calculation by yourself in the calculators. Okay, and that is 5 sigma t square 55 minus sigma t, that is 15 all square. 5 into 602, 3010 minus 15 into 190, that is 2850 upon 5 into 55, 275 minus 225, 15 square. Here 160 minus and divided by 50. So here 3.2, B is equal to 3.2, yes. So the value, first value we will find out, B is equal to 3.2. Now the value of A. What is the formula for A? A is equal to Y bar minus B T bar. Y bar is equal to here 38 minus B is equal to here 3.2 into T bar, it is 3. So 38 minus 9.6, 28.4 is your A. So two values of B and A we will find out, and on the basis of that we have to first make the column or equation, that is A is equal to 28.4 plus Y cap is equal to A plus BT. This is our equation, and here Y cap is equal to 28.4 plus 3.2 T. This is the first answer. See, find the linear equation. Here it is the linear equation. See the question for the trend from this data by least square method. See, if it is not said that by least square method, we have to use for equation only one method, that is least square method. It is specifically said that we have to use graphical method, then and then we have to use the graphical method, otherwise we have to use the least square method. Okay, and also estimate the profit for the year 2017. See here in the chapter number 3, X is given. See, X is given and we have to estimate the value of the Y on the basis of that given X. Here T is not given, here year is given. See, this one 2011 is we are taking as first year, 12 as second, 13 as third, 14 as fourth, and 15 as 5. So we are taking 2015 as fifth year, and they want that 2017 profit of the year 2017. So here you have to write here that year 2017 is equal to T is equal to 7. T7. We have to find out T7. We have to take as a T is equal to 7 because 17. 1 is equal to 1, 12 is 11 is equal to 1, 12 2, 13 3, 14 4, 15 5. Then 17 is equal to 7. So here we are taking T is equal to 7 and we have to find out the estimated profit on the basis of this equation. Right? So we are putting 7 into this equation, that is Y cap is equal to 28.4 plus 3.2 into 7. So here 28.4 plus 22.4. Okay, so 50.8 is your estimated profit in lakh rupees. Right now, okay, thus the estimated trend of the profit for the year 2017 is 50.8 lakh rupees. This is your answer. First of all, write down this. Okay, complete illustration number 3. Now move forward to illustration number 4, page number 167. First of all, we read the question. The dropout rate of the students of standard 1 to 5 from primary schools of a district is as follows. See, the year is given 2009, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15 and 15, 16. So here see that 1 year is 2009-10. So what means of 2009-10? First of all, that is 1/4/2009 to 31st March 2010 for the financial year, and for the academic year it is 1st June to 31st May, right? So 2009-10 is first year, that's why we are taking t is equal to 1, 10-11 is equal to 2, 11-12 is equal to 3, 12-13 is equal to 4, 13-14 is equal to 5, 14-15 is equal to 6, and 15-16 is equal to 7. Again, next dropout rate, that is 3.24, 2.98, 2.29, 2.20, 2.9, 2.09, 2.07 and 2.04. All the values of y are in point. That's why first question is that we have to take the UV method. No, here only one method is there, that is direct method. We have to find out first y bar and t bar. Y bar is equal to sigma y upon n, that is 16.91 upon 7 is equal to 2.4157. So the approximate value of y bar is equal to 2.42. Here now t bar. What is t bar? Total sigma t is equal to 28. So t bar is equal to sigma t upon n, 28 by 7. That's why t bar is equal to 4. Now only one method. That's why we have just common two column, that is ty and t square. So this chapter is very easy because only one method for the all the sums. That's why it is very easy to calculate. Now multiplication, 3.2124 into 1, that is 3.24. Now 2.98 into 2, 5.96. 2.29 into 3, 6.87. Calculate by yourself in Calc. 2.20 into 4, that is 8.80. 2.09 into 5, 0.45, sorry, 2.09 into 5, 10.45, 2.07 into 6, 12.42, and here 14.28, right? So make the total 3.24 plus 5.96 plus 6.87 plus 8.80 plus 10.45 plus 12.42 plus 14.28. The total is 62.0. Sigma ty is equal to 62.02. Right? Now t square, 1, then 4, then 9, 16, 25, 36 and 49. Sigma t square is equal to that is 140, right? So now all the values are here. We just have to put the values in our formula. That is equation y cap is equal to a plus bt. In that, first of all, b is equal to n sigma ty minus sigma t into sigma y upon n sigma t square minus sigma t all square. What is your n? Here your n is 7 years. That's why n is 7. Sigma ty 62.02. Sigma t 28. Sigma y 16.91. upon n, that is 7 sigma t square 140 minus sigma t whole square, that is 28 square. Now simplify it. 7 into 62.02, 434.14 minus 28 into 16.91, that is 473.48. Seven into 140, that is 980 minus 784. So subtract and divide it. 434.14 minus 473.48, that is minus 39.34 upon 980 minus 784, 196. See, the answer is negative, so don't get hesitate that here minus will come. So answer of B is also in minus. Here the answer is 0.2007, but here minus. So the exact answer, that is approximate, not exact, but approximate answer of B by X is equal to minus 0.2. Because here 007, that's why we are taking as 0.2 as our B. Now A, find out value of A. A is equal to Y bar minus B T bar. What is your Y bar here? 2.42. The approximate value we are taking. This is the final answer, 2.42. Then B is equal to minus 0.2 into T bar is equal to 4. See here, first of all 2.42, then minus plus. That's why we are taking as plus. Then 0.2 into 4, that is 0.8. Right? So the final answer is 3.22. A is equal to 3.22. So now we can put the value in our equation and find out our equation. A plus BT. Put the value 3.22. See here, plus minus 0.2 T. So we can finally write down this, that 3.22 here plus minus 0.2 T is our final equation. So read the question again, that estimate the dropout rate for the students. Sorry, they don't ask us the equation, they ask directly that estimate the value of dropout students of standard 1 to 5 for the year 2016-17 and 2017-18 by fitting a linear equation for trend. We are fitting the linear equation for trend. It is here, the equation is here. Now we have to put the value of 2016-17 and 2017-18 for. So for that, first of all here we are writing that for the year 2016-17. See here, what is our last year? 2015-16, and for that we are taking 7, right? For 2015-17 we are taking 7. For next year, after this 2015-16, what is the next year? 2016-17. So for that we are taking T is equal to 8, or you can say we are taking T8. We have to find out this T8, right? And for next question, that is estimate the value for the year 2017-18. See here, what is our last year? That is 2016. For that we are taking t is equal to 8. Next year is 2017-18. For that we are taking t is equal to 9. Why? Here 9, 10 is equal to 1, 10, 11 is equal to 2, 11, 12, 3, 12, 13, 4, 13, 14, 5, 14, 15, 6, 15, 16 is equal to 7. Last 15, 16 is equal to 7. So 16, 17 is equal to, after that is 8, 7 after that is 8, and 2016, 17 after that 2017, 18. So we are taking t is equal to 9 here. That's, we can say t9. We have to find out the value of t9. Right? So here we are putting the value in our equation, that is 3.22 plus minus 0.2 t. This is our equation, and we are putting first of all here 0.2 into 8. 3.22 minus 1.6. Okay, so what's the value for that? 3.22 minus 1.6 is equal to 1.62. That is, the dropout rate of the students is 1.62 in the year 2016-17, and for in the year 2017-18, what is the dropout rate? Y cap is equal to, again we are writing the equation, 3.22 minus 0.2 t. Now we are putting the value of t is equal to 9. 3.22 minus 1.8. So what is the value for that? .42. So here the dropout rate for the year 2017-18 is 1.42. Here complete our sum. First of all, write down this. Okay, complete illustration number 4. Now move forward on the page number 168, illustration number 5. Read the question first. The data of the population in lakh of the of a taluka are given in the following table. Fit the linear equation for the data. The first question is fit the linear equation. That is, we have to find out the y cap is equal to a plus bt. Right? For that, the data is given 1951, 1961, 1971, 1981, 1991, 2001 and 2011. Right? So here again the gap of these years is 10 years. That is, interval of the year is 10 years. But it is equal in all the data. That's why we are taking t is equal to, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Right? So here we are taking t is equal to 1 to 7. Again, if the difference or interval between the 2 years is 10. Right? So here we are taking t is equal to 1 to 7. Then y is given 15.1, 16.9, 18.7, 20.1, 21.6, 25.7 and 27.1. Right? So here sigma y is equal to 145.2. First of all, we have to find out y bar and t bar. What is y bar? Sigma y upon n, 145.2 upon n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? What is the value for that? 145.2 divided by 7 is equal to 20.7429, or approximate value of y bar is equal to 20.74. See, this is your first value, that is your y bar. Now the second one, t bar is equal to sigma t. Here what is the total? 28 So here Ty is equal to 4. Now y bar and t bar, after that we have to write down yt, that is multiplication column, then t square, right? So first of all multiply this. 15.1 into 1, that is 15.1, 16.9 into 2, 33.8, 18.7 into 3, 56.1, then 80.4, then 21.6 into 5, 108, 25.7 into 6, 154.2, 27.1 into 7 is equal to 189.7. So make the total sigma yt is equal to, what is the total? 15.1 plus 33.8 plus 56.1 plus 80.4 plus 108 plus 154.2 plus 189.7, that is 637.3. Now the square, that is 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36 and 49. See, it is 140 again. We can take, or we can remember that from the last sum, it is a 127 square, that is total of 127 square is 140. Now we are putting all the values in y cap is equal to a plus b t, right? First of all, what is the value of b? What is the formula for b? N sigma ty minus sigma t into sigma y upon n sigma t square minus sigma t whole square. 7 into sigma ty is equal to 637.3 minus sigma t 28, sigma y 145.2 upon 7 into sigma t square, that is 140 minus 28 square. 7 into 6, 37.3, that is 4461.1 minus 28 into 145.2 is equal to 4065.6 upon again 840 and 7 84 sorry 980 here, sorry 980 and 784, right? Now 4461.1 minus 4065.6 is equal to 395.5 upon 980 minus 784, that is 196. So the divide is equal to 2.0179. The value of b is equal to, that's why approximate value of b is equal to 2.02. Here after 1 the number is 7, that is more than 5. That's why we are taking 1 plus 1, that is 2.02. Now find out A. A is equal to y bar minus b into t bar. What is y bar first of all? Here 20.74 minus b is equal to 2.02 into t bar is equal to 4. 20.74 minus 8.08. $12.66. That is our A. Two values, that is A and B. We will find out. Now put all two values in equation, that is A plus BT. Here A is equal to 12.66 plus B is equal to 2.02 T. Here the equation. The answer of your first question, fit the linear equation for the data. Here it is the equation. Now again the another question and find out the trend values for each year. See here, underline this question. Underline this because find out the trend value. Whenever it is said that we have to find out the trend value for each year, we have to make one another column here, that trend values. This is our answer, part of our answer. Here what is the equation? Here the equation we have to write, that is y cap is equal to 12.66 plus 2.02 t. See here, we have to fit or we have to find out the each and every year trend values. See here, read the question, trend values for each year. So this is the trend value and we have to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 all the values of t into this equation, and the value whatever we find out we have to write down here, that is called the trend value. For that, first of all, only we have to take 1 as a first. T is equal to 1, we are taking t is equal to 1 first of all. So what is the value of y cap? Here write down that for t is equal to 1, y cap is equal to 12.66 plus 2.02 into 1, that is 12.66 plus 2.02 into 1, that is 2.02. That's why the final answer is 14.68 for Y1. See, for the first year, the values, trend value of this equation is 14.68. We have to write here. And we have to write all the years, all the values of all the years. So, we have to find out all the values by putting 1 year, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6 and then 7. But it is difficult to calculate, so easiest way or shortcut way to find out the trend values is you have to just add these B. See, you have to just add these 2.02 into all the values, and then we can find out the other another values, that is second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year and seventh year values. We have to just add 2.02, that is our B, into this, and we can find out another values. So 14.68 plus, see here, 14.68 plus 2.02 is equal to 16.70, 16.7 or 16.70, right? Now plus 2.02, again 18.72, then 20.74, then 22.76, then 24.78, and then last one 26.80. See, we are just adding this t value in this. First of all, we have to find out t is equal to 1. What is the value? That is 14.68. We have to write down here, and we have to write down also that similarly as we are putting t is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and find out the values and put into the table. That we have to write here. That is one line we have to write here, that we are similarly putting the value of t is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and the values are written in the table. So here we are just written first value, that is 14.68, then just added this b 2.02 to each and every year and we find out the next year's value. So 14.68 plus 2.02 plus 2, that is 16 plus 42 is equal to 16, 14 plus 2 16 and 68 plus 02, that is 70. So now 18.72, 20.74, 22.76, 24.78 and 26.80. This is the trend values. So second question is also over. First question is fit out the linear equation for the data. That's one. Second one, find out the trend values for each year. This is the trend values for each and every year. And also find, this is the third question, also find the trend estimate for the population in the year 2021. Now, here for the year 2021, see here 1951 is equal to 1. We are taking 1951 as a 1, 61 as a 2, 71 as a 3, 81 as a 4, 91 as a 5, 10 years interval, 2001 as a 6 and 2011 as a 7. Now after that, what is 10-year intervals year? That is 2011 plus 10, that is 2021. So the next year is 2021. That's why here we are taking t is equal to 8. Here the last year is 7. 2011 is equal to 7. Then 2021 is equal to 8. So we have to find out the T8 value. Right. So for that, first of all, we are writing out the equation 12.66 plus 2.02t. This is our equation and we have to put the value t is equal to 8 into this equation, 2.02 into 8. Simplify it. 16.16. So the value is 28.82. And the value is in lakh, population in lakh. So we have to write that 28.82 lakh is your final answer. Okay. So this one is complete. So first of all, write down this. Okay. Complete this sum. Now, time for homework. See, we are skipping exercise 4.1. Right now the homework is for exercise 4.2. Question number 1, 2 and 3 is your homework, and also that from exercise 4 section E 1 and 2, that is also your homework. See, what is your homework? From exercise 4.2, question number 1, 2, 3. From exercise 4, section E, question number 1 and 2 is your homework. So, please do your homework. Thank you guys.